Hello goblins, it's Chris, Eldritch Pipes. Kind of with almost a reaction to yesterday, although I've got a pipe to show you, so that's I suppose the main impetus for this video. Yesterday was really great. If you've seen the video I put up yesterday, 4 pipe makers, spent the day with Paul Lucas, Aidan Hesselwood, Chris Shaw. Fantastic day. Super great guys. We're so lucky to have them around. Just a great addition to the community. I'm just smoking a bit of dark flake. Sits in my cupboard, and every now and then calls to me with great insistence. Just quite a simple but very deep blend. I love it. All right. Going to show you some pipe. I'm going to show you the start of a pipe. I gave a brief glimpse of it yesterday, but I was talking to the guys, so it wasn't the focus. But let me just show you this guy. It might not look much at the moment, but thanks to Aidan, this is my first freehand drilled pipe. I don't know if you can see that, right? It's bang in the centre. That's the shank end turned. Now, in comparison, I held on to my very first freehand drill pipe as a kind of humbling reminder. And it was also there to remind me to keep trying. I don't know if you remember this one. This is the one that I misdrilled. The airway in the mortise are alright, a little off centre, has to be admitted. But then that chamber is where it really went wrong. Now, that issue, let me just put a mark, that issue has now been sorted. It's a kind of really opens up another avenue, really. I'm sure lots of you do know, but for those that don't, there are 2 main ways to approach pipe making. There's the drill first and then shape. There's the shape first and then drill. And they both present challenges, different kinds of challenges, and they both offer something different. The main thing that shaping first gives you is that you can shape to the grain without having to think about anything else. You can just go for the grain with abandon and then worry about the drilling later. I suppose in theory you're keeping the drilling in the back of your mind. How are you going to drill? So you can't do, your instincts guide how far to take a curve and so forth. But other than that, you can then sort of move freely within the block. To within certain constraints, obviously. After a while, after you've shaped a certain amount, you're kind of locked in. That's just the way it is. But you've been able to orient your pipe exactly within the block. And that's useful because the grain goes all over the place. Briar cutters have to deal with what they find. You make a cut, and who knows what you're going to get. It's always a surprise. And in terms of grain, the way to get the best is freehand drilling. Unless you're buying like large blocks and you're happy to recut the block. And even then that can give you issues. But there you go. This is a pipe that I will be making. As you can see, it's going to be a kind of like a long shanked Dublin, and it's going to be interesting. We'll find out. But let me show you the pipe that I have finished. Using the old traditional drill then shape. And this is if it will fit on screen, a snail. This is one of my favourite pipes to make of all time. There is so much Eldritch in this pipe. It's difficult to know where to start. The shape was inspired by a Lucy Feng pipe. That's how I saw it first anyway. If it has any other lineage, ancestry, I don't know of it. And so you get this shell area that is now, in the first very few I made, it wasn't a calabash, a reverse calabash, but now it is. There's a good bit of space in this shell flowing into the body of the snail, and then you have this lovely swoop design. There's just nothing straight about this pipe. Do you get like the rimmed chamber there? Then you have the skirt of the snail, and that's where I choose to utilize the plateau. What I really like about using the plateau down here is that it just makes each one unique. To that extent, you're kind of like working with the briar. So it's just such fun. That's how those lines resolve. It's always kind of challenging working in there and getting the sandblaster in there. And then you get this great sort of 5-inch stem. This is moss green. And this is, if you saw the shroom the other day, you'll now be getting familiar to my sort of half rusticated stems. This kind of guy is no different. You can see him there, just to show you. With these guys, you twist from the bottom of the stem. Comes out like that. That guy there. So you've got your calabash chamber in there. Straighten him up. Cool. And you do have your straight grain. There is some grain going on here, so you get the straight grain going along the shell, which always works really nicely. And you've got straight grain flowing down the body. Yeah, you've got straight grain on this side of the shell as well. Kind of in there too, and then I think it loses the straight grain up at this end. But it's kind of bird's eye on top. There you go, my carnivorous snail. Now I was trying to think who I've got next, because I was, from one of the videos I said I was going to start name checking my upcoming commissions, and so if I've been super prepared I'd have had the name up or have stored it in my brain, but I haven't, so I'm going to have to look on my list. The next commission is cold brew. I wonder if he likes a cold brew, and he's having a deep one, so look forward to a deep one pipe next week, amongst other things. Alright, that's it for now. Until tomorrow's episode of Listen with Eldritch. If you are listening with Eldritch, I'll see you then. I think we're on episode 12. Until then, take it very easy. The Loyal Pipe Maker.